the time you want to start a family, and the moment when you first hold...
That baby ain't real, but this is really touching.
There's no baby in there. Let's keep it real. There ain't no baby in there.
Might just be like a potato.
You wipe away the tears
No.
as your...
Potatoes are too small.
You gotta kind of go over the top to let the message sink in. Taking the weather around you, put your phone down. It's like, no, that's not gonna cut it. But being like, you lost a chance at your whole life because you were looking at your phone instead of asking that girl for directions. Like, you gotta do it like that. It's like those public service announcements where like there's a horrible death and it's like, don't text and drive. Like, it's gotta leave an imprint on your brain. And that's what they did there. You'll never experience the joy of watching your wife's last breath by her bedside unless you put the phone down.
So what was the message here?
That sweater vests are back, bitch!
Don't spend all your time playing video games and texting and all of that, but it started out with homie being really lonely, which I think he needs to work on that issue.
Do you believe in this message?
Yeah, totally. In many ways, yeah. I'm really annoyed right now because I was out to dinner with my girlfriend Lisa the other night, and she goes, "It's so sad when people are just looking at their phone. If they just looked up, they would enjoy life." And I was like, damn, bitch, that was deep. She just saw Uncle Joey's video.
Have you noticed anything different in the way you communicate with people now that there's all this social media and technology?
I do ignore people much easier now. If the phone rings, I don't know the number, I just ignore it. They'll leave a voicemail.
I'll be somewhere with just a group of friends and like there'll be a couple just on their phones tweeting that they're with friends.
I spend all day talking to my friends on Skype all around the world, and like I would have never been able to do that without technology.
I'm the worst person to ask this question because I am always on my computer, or I'm always doing something, or I'm always thinking about like, if I haven't like checked Twitter for a while, I'm always strategizing, and that always happens to coincide with technology.
Is there anything that people do with technology that annoys you?
No. You know how Google Glass came out? I was very excited for Google Glass. I was thinking, what about Google Contacts? What about they could take out one of my eyeballs, take it out, that'd be fine with me, and put a computer in there so that I don't even have to worry about charging stations. It's literally just there, and I can just all day like Tony Stark. I would be down for that.
A lot of people are making comments on this video that they feel like people are sharing it and feeling like they did something because they shared it, and then they just go back to being the way they are, negating the purpose of a video like this. What are your thoughts about that?
I think it's just funny.
It's kind of ironic that to share it is to get people to watch something on a screen that's condemning watching something on a screen.
If this really affected a teenager, she would be like, oh, Angry Birds, not anymore, and throw it out the window. Did that happen? Hell no.
Videos like this are good because they plant a seed, and I think that, there's depending on what you're going through in your life, like something like this maybe will get you thinking about it, and you may not make changes like right now, but it might be something that you make a change on in like a year.
And do you feel that things are all that different now with technology?
I definitely think there's a difference now because phones are portable, and back when I was a kid, you'd have to still be like inside your house to like be on the internet.
All of my young nieces, and they're always playing on iPads. I've noticed that video games are much more mainstream.
I feel if you look at how video games when we were growing up, even that was more social than it is now. I mean, you'd get together with your friends, put in some Mario Kart, and you're all sitting together, whereas now you're playing Xbox and you're in separate houses and you're communicating with your headset.
I feel like the world is gonna keep changing and evolving, and there's no way to predict it.
Bad parents are gonna be bad parents no matter where they were in ancient Rome or today. I'm sure there was something back then, some little toy or something. They're like, here, little Jimmy, whatever their names were back then, play with this thing.
There are so many relationships, whether they're like romantic or friendship or whatever, or business or whatever, that happen or form online that would have never been possible without that. So to condemn it is, I think, ignorant.
So what's your advice in terms of balancing technology?
Just take your iPhone and just chuck it in the nearest toilet.
As far as communication, people should still be learning how to communicate in real life with others.
There is a time and a place for everything. If you are at dinner with friends, then put your phone away.
Give yourself some time to enjoy your surroundings, Just look around. You don't have to Instagram everything. I promise you, the likes aren't gonna go away.
I'm probably the worst person to ask because my doctor says I have the lowest vitamin D levels she's ever seen. So maybe when you're on your iPad, be outside and get some sun.